Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Jules, my pronouns are he, him. I am a professional commercial food photographer and stylist, and in spring of 2023 I will be a published cookbook author with Touchwood Editions. And today we are going to go and do a quick walkthrough of my 2023 journal and planner lineup, which is actually quite a bit larger than I had originally intended. Turns out that I cannot get as compact as I was hoping for in 2022. There was a video that I shot, I think one of the very first videos on my channel, that I will link at the end of this video in the title cards, that talked about what my plans were for 2022. And I mean, that's pretty much gone out the window. Some things are staying the same. Some things have changed as my needs have become more solidified. So let's go through what I have here planned for 2022. The first thing is this is my traveler's notebook, passport size, and what this is basically a medical journal to track my lab values, because I have to get regular blood work done to track a couple medical conditions. And so it's to track everything that's abnormal, see how things are changing, and so I can make adjustments as necessary as I get my results. And then, so this is in a repurposed weekly that I was using for something else, and I never ended up using it. So I'm just repurposing the weekly. Insert weekly free. I think it is. What is the insert? Something like that. And then in blank, I have my health journal, and it's just basically used to check in and see how I'm feeling as I track different medications that I have to take. So yeah, that's basically just to track health value or blood work, and a health journal, just like being mindful of how I'm feeling, so that when I have doctor's appointments, I have something that I can quickly flip through to tell my doctor, oh yeah, on this day I was feeling this, and on this day I noticed this, and whatever. So that is something new that I was not intending to do for 2022. But turns out I need this, because originally I had planned to keep everything was going to be in the Jibun Techo, the kit that has the weeks and then plus the dailies. But it turned out that this is not enough to hold everything that I used to have in 7 different traveler notebook inserts. So what this is still going to be my everyday carry, my catch-all, where I keep track of I have projects that I'm working on, cookbook recipes, whatever that I'm doing. I mean, the beginning part is I have somewhere my setup for my Jibun Techo. Maybe I'll put a link here for the setup, or here, I don't know. A link somewhere for my Jibun Techo setup. So it's basically the same. I mean, we have my month at a glance with deadlines and everything. We have my weeklies. This is this week. But my weeklies, which basically time block everything out, and then my weeklies, this is admin, and then the daily, I didn't grab it, but if you look at my Plan With Me videos or my monthly flip through, you'll see that currently what I'm using for the daily is a days free traveler notebook insert, and that's going to be used in here. So yeah, this is like appointments, work time, recipe development, schedule. I mean, yeah, this is my everyday carry, my schedule at a glance, and then it gets drilled down into my dailies, which a thing that I've added in the dailies for the monthly. I'm also going to be using the Gantt tracker on the monthlies, which is basically going to be duplicate of the one in here, just to track deadlines, recipe cookbook development, other big projects that I'll be working in. During 2022, I'll also be using in here. It's just easier to track it in two different places for the way that I plan. And then I also have started like my goal for January. I will be using this sheet as well. My monthly goal, and so my cookbook per my contract needs to be 50,000 words. By the end of January, I want to be at 45,000 words. I'm at about 40,000-ish right now. Things I want to do in January, things I have to do in January. These are all have to do with my cookbook development deadlines for to keep up with, or to fulfill my publishing contract. I normally don't do a word for the year or a word for a month, because that's not how I plan. That's not how I keep myself on top of things. But I am going to use it for the month, just for things to remember, because I'm a little bit overwhelmed with having to do a rush publication schedule coming in 2023. So just little reminders to myself, like my word for January is flow, which is not like get into the creative flow, how that has been used, because being autistic, I'm always in the flow when I'm doing things that I love. But this flow is more has to do with just go with it. A thing that I struggle with how my autism works, how I'm autistic, is any change, good or bad, is my body. I cannot deal well. I do not deal well with change. I need lots of time and warning before change. So in January, I know that's not all going to be possible because of things that keep cropping up in my life, deadlines that keep changing and get squishy. So it's just like just go with it. And then what I was able to do, what I couldn't do, what I did, what I reflected on, people I met, where I went, what I bought, and what I learned. And I just wrote out the English for what it is in the Japanese for when I do my month in review. And I am planning to do that for 2022, just to make sure that I'm keeping on track of all my accelerated schedules, especially as my current 5-year business plan has just been thrown out the window and I had to do a whole new one. So yeah, this is my everyday carry. It's going to go in a Hobonichi Animal Crossing cover once that arrives, since this will all fit in that. And then next, as I said in my other video where I talked about what my plan was for 2022, I was gifted this journal. And what I want to try to do before I make the commitment is I'm going to use this as a 5-year journal. I'm going to have to buy another one of these because this won't fit a full 365 days. But we'll see how this goes. And I think that if I stick with this, I mean, I'll either still use it or I won't. I mean, I will know pretty quickly how well I do. It's just going to be a sentence or two about each day. I plan to use some stickers in here now to add a little bit of decorative to it. But yeah, so this is my 5-year. I think I'm actually going to stick with it, and you'll see why when I get to that. So this is also 2022. And then my Hobonichi Cousins, which was supposed to be in a Avec, the A5 Avec, but it didn't turn out that way. This is my project planner that will be absolutely necessary to help me meet all my milestones that I have to meet for this, for my publication schedule. It's also going to be my social media calendar. And then in the summer of 2022, I have a couple months break from my publishing schedule as things are going off to design before they go off to the printer, where I'm going to resume shooting my art exhibit, disability, culture, and food, an exhibit. And so this is also for tracking that in the summer. I also need to add the section for my January art gallery called Nourish, a Celebration. That is art show that is happening in January, and track what prints sold and what postcards and stuff sold, because I have a bunch of things for sale at that art exhibit. So I need to add that in here as well still. So yeah, project planner. This is something I had not planned on. I was hoping that I could do my project planning in my everyday carry, but it turned out, as I've been using this for the past 2 months, and I love it, going to the Jibun Techo instead of using 6 different Midori insert or traveler notebook inserts to track my personal and my business. This was a great decision. I mean, it's slimmer than it just worked out well for me. But I do need more room to plan, especially now that I have that accelerated timetable. So this is just the black, and I can't remember the name of the cover, but it's just one of the regular black covers with the Eric cover on cover. So yeah, this is part of it. And then I have, this is a Wanderings cover. It's the personal Midori size. I am currently using it. I am the BC Regional Secretary for the Professional Photographers of Canada, and I'm currently using, originally it was for when I was part of the local electoral district association for the NDP. I was using it for notes for meetings there. Now I'm using it for notes because I have to keep minutes or write the minutes. I'm using it for that. I have this whole days free that I need to figure out how I'm going to repurpose this at some point. Maybe I will continue on with the notes, but this is what I'm using right now for Scratchpad for professional photographers of Canada, things that I need to keep track of that require which require more room than the daily note section allows for. It's like an overflow notebook. So this is something that I knew I was going to, this has not changed from my original 2022 video. And then finally, these are planners. So planner, journal, planner. Let's do these 2 stacks. So this is for planning, this is for journaling, whatever, just different types of journaling, note-taking, whatever. And then finally, so I found, this is Wanderings. I love them. I mean, this is what this cover is. I love their leather because it gets all, it gets worn and used looking really, really quickly. And I like that. A lot of people are really like, oh, that's all scuffed up. But I just think that's beautiful. It's more like a suede leather than it is like the smooth leather from the traveler's notebooks. I like it. But I saw one day on Amazon this journal, which has like art paper, like different. It's like it's recycled. It's a mix of cloth and paper. And I saw this and I just loved the cover. And I think this is a two. It's slightly bigger than a 2x3. So let's see. It's a little bit. It's roughly the size of an A6, but not quite. It's a little bit bigger than an A6. So I got this just because I liked the design of it and I liked the paper in it, and I didn't know how I was going to use it or what my plans were. And then because of Job's journal, I learned that there's this thing called the December Daily, where you journal daily, and it's a mix of like art journaling or memory keeping or whatever basically you want it to be. It could be drawing, it could be whatever. Some people do it with prompts, other people don't. What I decided to use it for was to experiment more with a mix of like being more what's the word I'm looking for? Not sporadic, more experimental, with mixing memory journaling with art journaling, with decorative, like using stickers and stuff. And I figured if I can keep track of 20, if I could journal daily, every single day in here, where I can be a little bit more, have more fun with it, experiment, then I should be able to do the 5-year, no problem. So I decided that is what I was going to do. I have to, so this paper, like I said, is a mix of like recycled cloth and paper. So it's environmentally friendly that way. It does not, washi tape does not like to stick to it. And certain types of stickers do not like to stick to it, but I bet it would be great for watercoloring or painting or other things like that that are artistic, sketching. So, I mean, I've decided, well, I have all these stickers that I need to use. I bought them to use them. I might as well play and have fun. I have to get my Mod Podge. Like, this is an example of a card where I like journaled. I used the card not only as a tip-in, but also as extra room to journal on. But using washi with some stickers, it needs to be, I need to get out the Mod Podge and glue that in there. I need to Mod Podge this piece of washi because it keeps coming up. But yeah, so it's just basically, I have these calendars, so I have to, this washi's coming up, so I think I'm just gonna have to go over it somewhat with Mod Podge. I'll do a flip through of this later, but yeah, so it's basically, I decided to use this as just to have fun, try a more decorative, not worry so much about writing words, rather than just having fun, spending a couple moments every day doing something artistic that wasn't work related. We get here, these are, oh my god, I love these. This and this image and this image and this image. These are 4 postcards of some of my prints that will be for sale at my art show in January. And when these arrived last week, I nearly died. I mean, they're so soft. If you're autistic and sensory stuff is really important to you, I mean, it's really, really soft. It's like, I think the best way, if you have the Jibun Techo, what is this? This is the Life Journal. The texture, the soft texture between the Life paper, which I just love, and this soft touch card is really, really similar. It's thick card, has my business info on the back, people can buy them for $3 a piece or 4 for $10 at the art show if they can't afford the canvases. I wish I could have afforded to print every single one of the nine, or what size are they? They're 16 by 24 inch prints. There's 9 of them. 4 of them are also additionally available as postcards. So yeah, so I'm just using this right now. I mean, some days I have a lot to say. Other days it's like so much snow. I mean, that was basically, we rarely get snow here where I live. And to get snow like the week of Christmas is even more very, very rare. So that is what I've been using this for December. We'll do a flip through of this later. And what I plan to do is, I won't be using this daily come January, come 2022, I will not be using this daily since I'll be using this. But what I will use this for when it comes to journaling is if I have a day where a couple lines is not enough to say everything I want to say, and I want to be more creative and have more space to be artistic, then this will come out instead of this. And so this could last me for quite a while still. So yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3 journals. This can't really be called a journal. It's basically for note taking in a journal form or in a planner form, because you can either put like whatever Midori or whatever, I keep saying Midori because I'm from the Midori days, whatever Traveler's Refill you want to put in here can be used for this. And eventually I'll go, once this is full, I'll go back to using my branded scratch paper that's for notes. And then for planning, this is my planning system, which is not something I can carry around with me everywhere. I mean, this is my everyday carry. Even when I go for appointments with clients, this will go into my bag. Well, at least this part will, because it has at the back, like it has scratch paper. Or maybe I might even just bring out the scratch paper for the appointment, take notes, and then put it back in here. But yeah, so planning, journaling, note-taking. So that is my lineup for 2022. I've been doing this now, basically what today is, the 27th of December. So it's basically 4 weeks that I've been using this as a system, and it has been working for me for all of December. So barring barring another like big huge life change, I mean, I still have, there's a documentary company that wants to do a documentary on me and my work with telling stories about disability and food and culture. And I'm pretty sure this will also help me plan that, as well as client shoots and art shoots, and getting prepared for my cookbook publication for April 2023, which is basically just around the corner. I have to cover or design this cover still, but yeah. So what are you planning to use for 2022? How are you still decided? Do you have any questions? What have you found works for you in 2021 that you're keeping? And what things have you decided that you are going to be getting rid of for 2022? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, why don't you, if you like this video, then give it the thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified every time a new video is posted. And also every single Saturday, with few exceptions, join me at 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. GMT for a live plan with me where you grab whatever system you do for your planning. It could be even journaling, but grab whatever system you're planning, sit down with me for an hour and a half, plan your week or fill out your journal or whatever, and let's chat and share our systems with each other and learn from each other. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. Bye.